Hello, this is my January book decluttering video, and these are the books that I'm going to donate in January, and I am trying to get rid of the books that I have no interest in reading again, or books that I picked up and did not finish, or books I really have no interest in. I try to only keep the books that I've read that I plan to reread the physical copy of. So if I'm going to just listen to it again on audiobook, then there's really no reason for me to keep the book. And I do have a huge amount of books. These are just my books that I have not read yet. So I have probably close to, about 900 books that I have not read. And so it's crazy. So I just need to get rid of them as I read them. So the first three books I'm getting rid of are books 4, 5, and 6 in the Princess Diary series. I read the first three and I absolutely loved them. And then I read book 4, it was Princess in Waiting, I think. And I did not like it. It was so strange. It felt like a completely different character, a completely different book. So something happened. I think the movie came out after the third book, and that's the characters in the first movie, the Princess Diary movie. So was based on the first three books, and it was great. And then I guess when she wrote the fourth book, the last one that I read, it was just kind of bizarre. I don't know. So I'm done. I'm just going to keep the first three books and get rid of the next three. This is a book I got from the publisher. It's called Sam. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a great book, but it wasn't complex enough to keep and annotate. It was a bit young adult, but doesn't mean I didn't love it. I absolutely love this book, but I'm going to pass it on and hope someone else can benefit from it. If I am going to reread it, I'll probably listen to the audiobook. I listened to this book. This was what I talk about when I talk about running, and it was okay. I don't plan to pick this one up again. It was mostly just about running, which was kind of sad for me because I used to love to run and my knees don't really let me do that anymore. This is a copy of Stranger in a Strange Land. I just finished this and I kind of hated this book, so I'm just going to get rid of it. This is a duplicate. I picked this up from my mom's house last time I was there, and I realized we already had a copy, so we just got rid of the one that's in worst condition. This is a comedy book that I picked up, and I could not get past the first chapter. It just was not my humor, so this is a DNF for me. This is another did not finish. This was recommended by a friend, and I got really excited, and I really liked the introduction, and then when I started reading the actual essays, I just could not get into it. I was not amused. And I got maybe through a third of it before I gave up. It just was not worth it. This book I bought yesterday, and it's in German, and I don't speak German, so I'm going to get rid of it. This is another comedy book I picked up that I just could not get through the introduction. The humor was not funny to me, so I decided to if I ever do pick this up again for any reason, I'll probably just listen to the audiobook. But comedy, you just have to kind of feel it. This one I've read earlier this year, and I just didn't really care for it. I thought the characters were very immature. The story was really good, but I just did not enjoy it. And I like to read the young adult books, especially the really famous ones for my kids, so that they're about to turn into teenagers. So as soon as they turn into teenagers, I'd like them to have a stack of really good quality young adult books. And this one just kind of annoyed me, unfortunately, because I was really excited to read it. The White Castle by Orphan Pamuk. I really loved Snow, and I have a bunch of his other books, and I think this is his first novel, and I just did not care for it. This is another book I was so excited to read. I bought it brand new, 50% off, at Barnes & Noble's, and I had such a hard time getting into it, and everyone kept saying keep going. And then I just didn't care for the story. I thought it was kind of basic, and I didn't think it was worth it. It was not worth the difficulty of getting into this book. I'm really trying to get into The Lightning Thief because of the new show. I read this graphic novel, and I did not like it that much. It was okay. It was just okay. This is another book that was recommended to me that I was excited to read, and then the first couple chapters, I just didn't feel it, so and it's a very small book. So if I couldn't get through half of it, then I don't think I'm going to finish it. This is a collection of essays, and B.J. Novak is an amazing writer, but I just didn't love it. I got through most of it, I think 3/4 before I gave up. I just didn't feel like the stories were brilliant enough to keep going. So that was sad, and I do love comedy. This is Of Love and Other Demons by my favorite author, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. And this book just was not great. I just didn't like it. It was probably my least favorite of his. This is I love Cliff Notes because I love getting some additional commentary on the books I read, especially for Faulkner because he's so difficult. And this is just an older copy. I got a newer one, so that's why I'm getting rid of that. This book I read a couple years ago, but I've held on to it. It's a very easy read. I could just listen to it. I don't think I need to keep it. So there's I don't even want to reread it. It's too depressing. This is another one of my favorite author, Ian McEwan, and I just did not care for this book at all, even though, did it win the Pulitzer Prize? Possibly won some prize, but it keeps getting recommended as an incredible book, but I just didn't care about it. The Candy House is a sequel to A Visit from the Goon Squad, which I did not like, and I got through maybe like a third of this book before I just couldn't do it anymore. It felt so pretentious to me. I just could not deal with the characters. This book was kind of daunting, and it was so badly rated, I just decided to give up on it. If I ever do want to read it again, I'm sure I will just find it somewhere or buy it, but I don't know. I just didn't want it. Everything. I know this book is super famous and everybody loves it, but I read the synopsis and it was not interesting to me. I read maybe a third of the book and then I quit because I did not want to read this story. It's just been done. That's not a story I wanted to go through, so that's going. Even though I did like her other book a lot, The Sun Is Also a Star. Let's see, this is a book I got. This is an ARC, and it was great. I liked it. It was a bit like a book on theory, like a theory book. A lot of lectures on gender and various relations, and it was a good sci-fi book, but I don't think I'm going to read it again. It wasn't that amazing. And then finally, this book is so old. I think I read it when I got it, and that was probably 15 years ago. I don't know, 10 years ago. It's the 15th edition. Pretty sure it's been updated, so if I ever need this copy again, I'll just get the newest edition. There's no reason. So I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I wouldn't count Cliff Notes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 books in January, so that's not bad. Proud of myself. Thank you for watching.